A new age of might came to Sedaria. An age defined by one simple decree. That whoever was the strongest in Sedaria, enough to slay its previous ruler, would hold dominion over the land. And so it was, for thousands of years. And so it is, yet today. Aloysius, the Mad King of Sedaria, now rules these lands. Over the last 10 years, he has spread his influence. Using cruel hobgoblins and gnolls as soldiers, the land of Sedaria quakes, torn apart by his frenzied greed for the power it holds within. For Sedaria is a lost land, a land of riches unclaimed, of legends untold, of power unseen. A beautiful, vast, and deadly land. It calls to the bold, to the clever, to the daring, to any who would dare its shores seeking adventure. It calls to Megan, the war-forged paladin. It calls to Nyx, the half-elf warlock. It calls to Nizin, the dragon-born rogue. It calls to Tig, the kobold bard. It calls to Zidane, the wood elf ranger. And to those it calls, Sedaria offers welcome. The wilds are not easy, and not kind. But they shall give a tale to remember. For this is the land of limitless adventure. This is the legend of the Wildlands. Okay, so I don't know why it reset that audio, but I just reset mine, so my mic's picking up. And then I'm gonna go reset Discord real quick.
No, not the gay audio!
Oh no, my gay audio! Anyway, hi! Fixed the audio, it says. OBS is now saying it's picking it up. So, let's redo that! Welcome to Pride Month, welcome to D6 Tricks Legends of the Wildlands. Here's a Pride Month fun fact for you. Gay Krampus is exactly the same as regular Krampus. Let's redo those intros. We've got Anne.
Wait, so is OBS being homophobic or is Discord being homophobic?
Oh, you know.
One of the two.
Yeah, we have Atwas.
Remember, if you don't leave your cookies out for Krampus, he will come during Gay Wrath Month.
We have Juno.
I think a lot of gay people do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. we have Professor Moore.
I'm just waiting for gay glut or gay. Yeah. I just fucked it up. I'm moving on. I'm not
Gay
happening.
Gluttony Month. It's okay. I got you. Alley-oop in this.
Woo! Yeah. And last but not least, we have Queen.
Get a load of my gay peepus.
Oh, you're really...
Someone say gay peepus!
You're really gonna bring that peepus out right in front of everyone in public? Wow. Incredible.
Oh, you know it. There's no time for shame here.
I have lots of peepus.
We've got so
I
much
just sip
peepus.
coffee.
Well, that's a you problem.
That's the wrong camera.
Oh,
What's
dear.
the right camera?
Oh, that's the wrong camera to show all this peepus. Let's go. Oh, we got the peepus. Let's
There's
go.
my peepus.
A squishy peepus.
Hell yeah.
Squishy
I
peepus.
have so much peepus!
You might think you can escape peepus, but you can't. Peepus is everywhere. On not Deltarune related things, let's do a quick recap of the last session. Our heroes were going back to the desert in search of the second Acherite mine there, so they could get some Acherite in part of their quest to deliver it to the Lord of Teeth, and thus get the seal of Acheron. They had found themselves in the ruins of Burnfaldir, a city that had vanished in a single night, and learned its history from the ghost that was haunting it, Dalmil Darkaxe, voice of the witch god and servant of 3 kings. he told them his story. Basically, that he worked with Queen Salm, second queen of Sideria, to overthrow King Canabac. But then when she passed away, he very strongly disagreed with the policies of the third, King Tadagova, and attempted to essentially drop a sandstorm on the castle to kill him. It did not work. It sunk the city instead, and he was punished for it. He was then revived by Queen Harfelis as a wraith. And, well, she's not queen anymore, so that didn't work out quite so well for her either. As the party reassured him that they were not here to vandalize, steal, or otherwise do some damage to Burnfall Deer, he was like, yeah, sure, you can look around. Place is ruined, though. Is there treasure? Yeah, it's cursed. Don't take it. And as the party tried to figure out, okay, what would qualify as cursing here, they eventually decided, let's just not take anything, and left. Using Carolina's miraculous sense of direction, the group headed for the coast, hoping for milder, perhaps more pleasant weather than the sandy nightmare they were in before. Unfortunately, it was even more of a sandy nightmare, as that particular area of the southwestern desert was constantly raining sand, and it took some miraculous, frankly, navigation and survival work by Fuelin in order to find a way through to a landmark, a statue with two swords, one pointing southwest and one pointing northwest. And they followed the southwestern sword to find perhaps an Acherite mine, but in between them and it was the queen of the Sandwalkers, a group of elemental creatures that were the bane of the desert sands. It was a long and grueling battle, but eventually our heroes managed to pull through, despite being almost dead in the process, because damn, the Sandwalker Queen hits like a truck. But with the battle concluded, the Acherite mine entrance, or at least some kind of mine entrance, finally lies before our heroes, in front of this vast sea of falling sand. Well, getting into a mine, along with getting you what you want, will probably get the sand to stop falling, so let us go in, shall we? There is no map for the mine, you're just magically there. Woo!
Theater the gay mind.
Imagination.
Should we take a short rest?
Please.
Yes.
Please.
I don't know, because if there's treasure, we're going to need to identify things. And
Zidane's on 3 health.
I am literally on the verge of death.
fine.
What do you mean, fine? Zidane's gonna die!
No,
Well, let's
they're
not go that far.
Guys, this just wants
We
the
got
kid dead.
healing.
Oh,
It's fine.
We knew.
We're all fine.
Yeah, you never know when those arrows could strike again. It's probably best to risk it.
Extra hit dice, baby.
Let's go. Let's Song of Rest this.
I enjoyed Tyke's Song of Rest, but what if I hated it? God game, taking my free will away.
Well, then that's your fucking problem. You're always free to not.
Great, I get my spells back. Where are you, Helena? Oh God, Helena's dying too. Heck! Ah!
We're all fine here, says Helena, as you all
No, you're not.
as you all duck into a cave entrance for like some shelter from the falling sands.
3. Helena, please roll good. 2,
Ooh,
1.
auto roll button.
Guys, you have no idea how badly I was rolling there. Holy shit.
That's a Song of Rest you can enjoy, I guess.
Okay, well, I'm back to full, so that means my beam attack is back online.
Beam. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's the aura. Okay.
That is a nasty short rest roll.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
Literally rolled less than 2 on average.
Ah! Oh no.
Incredible.
All of my d8s rolled a 2, everything else rolled a 1.
Horrible and incredible.
Well, that's 8 hit points back. That's good.
Healing is
Do
healing.
you not have
I
more hit
guess.
dice?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I was just, being hopeful. That was 3, 1, 2, 3.
If only.
wow, and half the dice rolled,
Well, I don't know because I can't see what they say.
3d8s rolled 18, 3d8s a d12, and a d6 rolled 6.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Brandish, give
Random
unto
number
us the healing
generation.
ale.
Yeah. Did someone say give unto us the ale? She says, already pulling out some brewer's supplies and shaking up a drink.
Hey,
This calls
okay.
for the toast!
hey, it's okay. I brought my own
yeah.
straw.
We're
Helena like rubbing her hand. Helena rubbing her hands and getting ready, like licking her lips like that one 2017 X GIF.
Yeah. I don't need no straw, says Helena.
Oh my god.
Just dunker.
Yeah. Pour it right in my mouth. I'm not gonna do that. You have hands. Use them.
Pour him in my hands and I'll put him in my mouth.
Moose?
Mouth.
Move.
You heard.
Is there a moose around here? Is there one of those North American megafauna?
Sorry, that's my dwarven accent slipping out.
Yeah.
Mouth.
You gotta move. All right. With the rest completed, you all pack back up, get some sand and dust off of your equipment, and are now standing before the Acherite mine.
Oh boy. Pickaxe is ready.
Pickaxe is at the ready. Everyone who has a pickaxe and or can get a pickaxe and wants to mine, sound off.
Where's my
Aye.
inventory?
I
Oh, okay. They changed the tub. They changed the frickin'.
Yeah, you guys can mine. I'm gonna look for the queen's treasure because she has to have had some serious loot.
I'll also mine if somebody wants to hand me a
Oh.
pickaxe.
Sure. Here you go. Ty kind of like reaches into, like almost like shoulder deep into their pack and pulls out a pickaxe, hands it to Megan. But they're gonna go with Nizip and cast some detect magic to help with
Hell
that.
yeah.
Alrighty. So, so the module I usually use to have epic rolls happen where everyone who's volunteering gets to roll is not working today for whatever reason. Oh no. Instead, go ahead, everyone make an athletics check who's doing some mining.
All right.
Oh,
Athletics.
on my
The duality.
yeah, on
That
my
is
screen it
so
was
funny.
confetti and then a big ol' 1.
Yep, that's also what happened. The confetti is very,
Okay.
very slow on the OBS viewer screen.
Wow.
2 in a row.
Whoa.
that is
Uh,
That's sad.
Anyways, the cavern collapsed and we all died. Everybody make new characters.
Rockstar!
You guys
I'm
make new
live.
characters.
All right.
The dragons being better.
I like to think my natural one meant I survived, but okay.
We've had 2 nat ones. You survive, but you break both of your legs.
So, miraculously, Waylon, your sense of direction navigating through the desert manages to get you to a pretty solid vein, and you manage to, in the course of about an hour, which is detect magic time, because I'm assuming you keep casting it till you find something, mines
Yeah.
out 7 units of Acherite ore. Megan and Nyx, your pickaxes, start cracking at the metal bits as they try to mine into the rock. It's pretty damn solid here.
Well,
Oh.
shoot.
Here.
Megan stares at like the dented pickaxe.
Yeah. In the course of searching for anything magical, you do get the residual traces of the environment around you, of conjuration, a lot of, some abjuration and evocation, but nothing that would indicate, like, illusion, enchantment, or anything to hide particular treasure.
Okay.
Aw.
Conjuration, you say?
Mhm.
Does it seem like... I don't know if I'd be able to tell this, but does it seem like the sand is being conjured as opposed to it being like natural sand and weather, if that makes sense?
Yes and no. It's like a combination of both.
Okay, gotcha. Hmm. Well, better than nothing. I think as soon as we get out of this... If we manage to get out of the storm, stop it somehow, that would help more than anything else, but...
I was really hoping, like the Queen's Nest might have had something, but...
I mean... What does a creature like that really need? If you think about it, she had everything she could have wanted in life, right? Or
Oh, true.
Yeah.
death? Whatever?
Like,
Just,
she had sand.
Mm-hmm. Peons?
Yeah.
There's that. And, victims! There we go.
But see, that's the thing. The victims would have the treasure that would be left in the Queen's Nest.
Well, if only we were so lucky.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh god. I'm over here like, how many pieces of Acrite ore are we even up to at this point, is the question.
You're going to need 10 from each.
Okay, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so we're at 17 at the moment. I mean, 3 more. Presuming there's 3 more here.
Did you have your pickaxes on your individual character sheets?
I did. So rip.
They might be in the hole.
Yeah,
hole.
Well, there's 3 in the hole, but that's what I'm trying to ask if Queen and Anne had their own individual ones, or if they also pulled from the hole.
I thought I had one in my inventory. I was wrong.
What, pickaxes?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I've had one the whole time.
Okay, so there is still 1 in the portable hole then.
There should
Oh,
be 2.
okay, yeah.
Or, so, no,
2,
you're right,
yep.
sorry.
No,
yeah,
because
because
you had
Queen had
yours,
one,
Queen
Dragon,
had theirs. So only Whalen pulled 1 from the thing, so... Yep, there is still 2 in the portable hole, if you guys want to keep going.
Excellent.
All right. Once more into the breach.
Alright,
Fine. We'll
I'm
throw out
still
some
looking in the surrounding
bardic.
areas, hoping for, something treasure.
The bardic will go on to Megan.
Cool.
Alright. Well, we'll give this one more go. We're gonna... Alright. So we trying again?
Yeah. One more time.
Let's try again.
One more time!
Oh my... That's
Oh my
actually kind
god,
of fun.
another fucking
Okay.
set of net ones?
Okay, no, I'm not getting humbled by rocks. I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
You're so real for that.
I'm not getting humbled by rocks twice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone's
not
up
the
here.
paladin. Not the paladin.
Not the paladin with the highest strength.
What the...
No, I don't believe that.
Okay, these dice are definitely loaded.
What the hell is happening?
Oh.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm not
Actually, what's
mining
happening?
for the record. I just have to see.
Okay.
Okay, the dice are fucked.
The
What
dice
is going on?
That's
serious?
a statistical improbability.
There's no...
Okay, now I'm curious. One second.
Guinness, if you don't want to super fuck up,
Yay!
just don't
Okay.
roll.
I took all your ones to add to 19.
This is a cursed
Lord.
day for mining.
That was just genuinely
Fucking
low statistics there.
incredible.
Holy shit.
What
That
the
was,
hell?
that was
Axe.
6 ones in a row.
Can I use that? Can I use one more inspiration point to take the 19?
You know what? Sure, I'll allow it because I'll allow you to like take a dirty 19 because holy shit, that was I'm laughing with you. I want to say I'm laughing with you because
I was gonna say you sound more concerned than us.
Yeah.
Listen, if I was running the game and I saw like 5 ones in a row, I would be concerned something broke.
yeah,
All right, we're turning the game off and on again.
yeah. Have you tried punching the dice router?
Oh fuck, did I put like a fudge like setting in some way that I just had no idea about?
I don't know why I rolled that as an isn't. I'm gonna try it again. There we go. All right. So
Me throwing rocks at people mining.
rocks. Bonk. You threw out one rock. With grit and determination, a lot of grit mostly because, sand everywhere. You find another smaller vein and dig through it. Over the course of an hour, you pull out 3 more pieces of acarite ore.
Hey.
All right, that's 10.
There you go.
20, baby! Yes, it is, because it was 7 and 3, so we're up to 20 total.
Yep.
Let's go!
Just gotta
Excellent.
find one more mine.
Well, we came here. We got what we came for.
All right. You pack up your mining gear, head out. Carolina double-checking her notes as she looks over. So, big bug monster definitely was a queen of the Sidarian Sands who never held a throne, right?
That's what I thought.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Right. Right, so if the treasure's not here around, theoretically where she'd be nesting, where the hell would it be?
Well, I wonder, there was that one statue that we saw. We followed one
Yeah, we
direction
can go the
here.
other way from the statue.
Maybe.
Worth a shot?
Just looking at the notes, it does seem like it's implying the treasure is where turning this off is.
The
At
sun
least how I
down
read it.
wind blows eternal. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Sundowner, the other emblem on the sword was the sun, so
Yeah, we go down the path of the sun.
yeah, that was northwest of the statue. So if we... Yes. Backtrack.
Alright. Phelan, with your incredible result of 34-35 for survival, you remember and can pinpoint the way back towards the statue, heading back northeast until you get back to a glimpse of it, gathering the group around so that we can make sure everyone's here, everyone is doing alright, and then, following the other statue's sword, head out to the northwest. You continue going along through whipping winds and more falling sand until you get to a rock face, like a big chunk of rock wall or plateau or cliff or something. Hard to see exactly where the top is from the sands, but nearby there are 4 ancient humanoid statues, each with a hollow chamber roughly where their mouths would be. Sorry, I got distracted. A bird flew into the window.
Oh, gee.
He's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But in front of these dwarven statues, I say dwarven because there's a weathered obelisk in front of them, on which flowing ancient dwarven script is. And because we have someone who speaks dwarven, you read it, and it reads, "To open the way, play the melody true. First, the ring that calls out bright, then the echo deep as night. Next, the warmth of singing, followed by the breeze that softly flows."
Turns towards the bard.
Thank you for putting it where I can see it.
Yes, thank you.
You may turn to the bard, but the bard is busy thinking, wait, is there a distinct point in which the dwarvish language moved from script to runes? Huh? What? Anyway.
Uh,
The ring that calls out bright, the echo deep as night, the warmth of singing, the breeze that softly blows.
Now, would Nixon Brondish recognize this, at all to do with like any dwarven songs that they know, or is this just like a generalized riddle thing?
It looks like it's a generalized riddle. It doesn't appear to have any major historical significance.
Okay, then do the statues have any clue towards this?
The statues are vaguely humanoid and have like a hollowed out chamber around where their mouths are.
Oh. A hollow chamber. Is there anything in the chambers?
You look inside the chamber. You don't see anything inside the chamber, but they all have like various grooves in the chamber, like carved out differently, as if these all make some sort of sound.
Oh.
I see. Perhaps.
The ring that calls up bright, the echo deep at night, the warmth of singing, the breeze that softly flows. Well, pull out your instruments, guys.
So, also for puzzle purposes, left to right, the statues are 1, 2, 3, and 4. For ease of referring to them.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotta pull out a sticky note and write that down.
I'm sorry, I was focused on the probability of those dice. I'm now catching up.
Were you actually calculating it?
No, I was relying on other people calculating it for me, but still.
I mean, you do the exclamation point thing, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Fuck. The statues. Sorry. How big are they? Like in terms of scale?
They're like roughly humanoid size as well as humanoid
Okay,
shape.
humanoid size as well. Okay. And the caverns, there's only like one opening. They don't like go all the way through the statues, right?
They don't go all the way through the statues. They just like go into the statues. You can imagine it as a mouth cavity.
Okay. Ty kind of like tilts their head, but they are going to take off the ring that they got in Philinor and put it in the mouth of the first statue.
All right. As your hand touches the first statue, you hear noise coming from it.
Yeah, Ty kind of like follows it out loud so that the others can hear it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just... It's playing music when I touch it. Hold on.
Just in general.
Okay.
But I hear it. Darts over to another statue. puts claws in mouth.
Okay, so that was the first statue that you touched with the humming sound. Second statue.
Ooh.
A real humdinger.
First the ring. Yes, first the ring that calls upright. That sounded pretty right to me.
Ah, excellent. In that case, yeah, kind of
3.
we'll tap 3 and 4.
All
See
right.
what those say.
Statue 3.
Bong.
Bong. All right. And statue 4.
That's the breeze
There's
that
the breeze.
softly flows.
2, 3,
All right.
1, 4.
All right. So as you press 2, 3, 1, 4 in that order, the noises echo, and then they start to resonate as the statues all play their sounds at the same time. This musical harmony like echoes until there is a rumble, and a stone passageway slides backwards and then to the side, revealing entrance deep into the caverns below.
Oh boy, more caverns.
Let's go.
All right. You clamber down into the caverns, free of the sandstorm, and follow the long, winding passageway. It doesn't look to be that well, like, designed in a straight line, but it does look to be very well constructed and polished out, man-made, basically, as if it was traveled many times long ago. Eventually, it ends at this massive iron door looking imposing and unyielding, as big iron doors tend to. The surface gleams faintly, as though it's charged with magic of some kind. No handles, locks, or mechanisms are visible on the door, giving no clue as to how it might open. But on closer inspection, there is another dwarven engraving carved into the iron. Don't look.
Don't look.
Don't look.
Tiger's gonna tilt their head, and then they're kind of like... They'll shrug, and then they will, with as much confidence as they can muster from someone who doesn't know if this will work or not, attempt to see if walking through the door will just work.
Alright.
Or pushing it, rather. Just...
So, you head up to the door, push it. Are you looking?
No, eyes closed.
Eyes closed. Alright, you close your eyes, walk up to the door, go straight through it.
Oh.
They keep walking for a couple of steps. Open their eyes.
Tag?
Don't look!
You can hear Tide calling from the other side of the door.
Deactivating optical sensors.
Alright.
Blank.
Yeah. Closing your eyes and/or deactivating your optical sensors, you step through the door, taking some more steps, and open your eyes, finding yourselves on the other side. Out of curiosity's sake, you look back. There's no door there anymore.
Reactivating optical sensors. Door not detected.
Alright.
No longer exists.
Wait, so, Megan, you don't even blink?
I do not need to blink.
I was
My
gonna say-
eyes do not my optics do not require moisture.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
blinking would be an inconvenience if it's that slow.
You know, she has blinked before for, like, emphasis, right? She just does that.
Oh yeah, but that's like in the heat of the moment, and I
Yes.
don't really realize.
Blinking is strictly to page lenses.
Megan blinks for our benefit. I love her, Your
Exactly.
Honor.
Yes.
Alright. So the chamber you find yourselves in is dark and very difficult to get a sense of your surroundings. But eventually, blinking and squinting through the darkness, using what light you can, you see a door with this single, delicate, intricate lock before you. There is a singular crack of light in the chamber, like on the ceiling of it, otherwise covered by dirt and loose rock, revealing like piles of rubble all around, and a shine of a key in the piles of rubble.
We all remember what happened last time we tried to pick a lock in one of these puzzle rooms.
You say that as Nizip is walking towards it with the lockpick, like, oh.
Zip.
Fine.
Alright.
I do not want to have sand lightning in my circuits.
So,
I
Meg-
have sand lightning. If lightning hits sand, it turns to glass.
yeah, and I don't want to be
That is
turned to
arguably
glass!
worse. That is arguably worse to have inside of your body, organic or not.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Alright. Opting not to use your thieves' tools and lockpicks, you head over to the key, pick it out of the rubble pretty easily. Go over to the lock, turn it. The key turns perfectly. The door remains stubbornly closed.
Are any of the engravings on the door script of any kind?
You don't see any engravings of script, but there is an engraving of like a small eclipse on the top of the door.
An eclipse. Interesting. Tag, like, looks up they're gonna cast. Is that tab over? Mage Hand, and they're gonna pick up like a piece of rubble, a rock that the Mage Hand can handle, and they're gonna levitate it up to see if they can block the light.
All right. You hold up the rubble to the light, blanketing the room in darkness, except for whatever lights you opt to have on. I'm assuming you like temporarily douse them or otherwise try to put them away at some point so as to try the darkness. With the room dark, those close to the door that remember where it is, try it again. It's still closed.
How high is the ceiling?
About 30 feet up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Tag will dismiss the Mage Hand so we can see
All right.
more easily.
Don't dismiss it, just move it.
I mean, it's just, kind of click it back in and out. It's like a mirror image of their own claw.
I thought it was a spell you had to use.
Yeah, no, it's not like Baldur's Gate 3. Mage Hand in this one is just whatever.
Gotcha.
Thank you for looking out, though. I appreciate it.
So, you put light back into the room, noticing as you do that the door is casting no shadow.
Huh.
What does that mean?
Door is casting no shadow. No, that makes sense. I mean, the only time that something wouldn't cast shadow was if there was an eclipse, right? Or if you were directly underneath a light source, underneath the sun in solstice, right?
Yeah, see, what I was going to suggest was shoving the key into the light hole, but...
I mean, sure, why not?
All right.
Mage Hand the key, levitate it up to the hole, I guess.
You move the key upward into the light pinprick, casting its shadow down into the room.
Oh, can we angle it so that the shadow? Wait, I think I have a. Don't I? Hold on, we're double checking something really quick. Was I smart enough back? Is it here? Yes. Tig has a mirror, and Tig is gonna try and see if they can't use the mirror to help like redirect the shadow of that gets cast so that it like falls on the door, I guess.
All right.
These are very specific things to do with a mirror.
What else are you gonna do with the mirror?
You can look around corners and shit. It's for when you're playing Gary Gygax's Terrible Dungeon.
Yeah.
Basically.
I disbelieve the wallpaper!
Nice.
All right. So, as you hold up the mirror and adjust the light so it falls on the key and casts its shadow onto the lock of the door, you hear a click. You try the door again. It opens up.
Oh, Nizip, excellent, thank you.
Right.
I'm glad I could be of help.
Opening the door once again, you step into this massive chamber on a large stone platform. You look around and then look down and see that below you, accessible by this like ladder and footholds carved into the stone platform, there's a metallic doorway, presumably leading onward, and right in front of the doorway is a closed-off circular metallic drain. On the platform, there is a massive lever wrapped with 4 huge chains that are connected to the ceiling.
Well. Any inscriptions?
Nope.
Shoot. What an ominous sight.
Are the chains like chained down to like the ground, or are they chained from the lever to something else?
They are chained from the lever to the ceiling.
Okay. Huh.
I'm doing a little amazing drawing down below here, so you can
Thank
see
you. 'Cause
roughly.
I feel like I need a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Makes perfect sense.
Thank you. It does. Actually, though, it does.
So is the chain connected from like the ceiling to something?
There's 4 chains. They're connected on one end to the ceiling, and on the other they are wrapped around the lever.
Wrapped around the lever. Okay. Oh god, is this one of those puzzles where you have to unravel it in like a certain order?
Excuse me.
Hmm.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I must have missed something. Would you mind going through the initial description again?
Yeah, sure. So
Thank
you are on a large stone platform. There's a ladder, basically, on the stone platform that leads downward.
Mhm.
On the lower floor, there is a metallic doorway, and then in front of that door, there's a drain. The drain is currently closed. On the platform with you is a big lever wrapped with 4 huge chains, and those chains connect to the ceiling.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's a lot of detail that I missed.
When you say there's a doorway on the lower level, do you mean like on the floor or on the wall of the lower level?
On the wall, like, imagine you're on a big overlook.
Think of like being on a stage where you can just
Yeah.
then like step down
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
level.
Just trying to make sure I have it fully visualized.
With a drain. Oh god.
That it's closed.
If we pull the silver, it's not going to drown us.
Another incredible illustration to show.
What
Thank
Let's
you.
fucking go. Oh yeah,
Bes-
no, that makes sense.
besides
Yeah,
the
'cause-
chains on the ceiling? Is there anything else on the ceiling?
You look up, the chains appear connected to, like, this huge, intricate mechanism, this series of, like, gears, conveyors, all sorts of things that turn and writhe, connected to something that's out of view.
Oh, yeah, great. And would you say, just so I can visualize this, that the chains are tangled on the lever, or are they just sort of like wrapped around?
They're just sort of wrapped around.
Okay.
There's no specific, like, order where they're crisscrossing over each
Yeah.
other.
Okay.
And we move the lever at all.
It appears to be held fast by the chains.
So not in either direction.
Not in either direction.
I'm gonna tap one of the chains just with my finger.
Although the chain is not in a tangle, it does appear to be stuck pretty fast.
Oh.
Can
Huh.
I
So, like, say-
go down? and-
Light.
Hmm?
Sorry, Tyg wanted to look down the drain, basically.
I was also going to say, can I go down and
Draconic.
inspect the drain?
Alright. You walk over towards the ladder to go inspect the drain. As you do so, you hear a click under your foot. You look down, and a pressure plate has sunk down. A hidden compartment on the wall above the door opens up, a little circular compartment, and from it bursts forth this stream of molten lava.
Yeah.
It starts bubbling, churning, and slowly rising upwards, covering up the door. Looks like going
Knew
down
it.
is not quite an option. And the lava's rising.
Yep,
Yeah.
I knew it. They were gonna drown us.
I mean,
Yeah, see, I was hoping to get down there and force open the drain before. Just wasn't looking for
no.
pressure plates.
Better come up quick.
Does stepping off the pressure point seem to do anything?
You step off the pressure point. The lava's still rising.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna tug at the chain and see if it like gives way at all.
Alright. You tug at the chain. It looks like it can be broken or otherwise forcibly moved. You just have to, like, use one of your many tools in your arsenal to break the chain.
The pickaxe. Can I use
Alright.
the pickaxe?
Hmm.
Or the strong robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Excuse me, Megan is not a tool in our inventory, she is a character.
Yes, I am a character with very strong cerebral motors. Give me the pickaxe.
Here, have another bit of a ditty then.
All right. So,
Much appreciated.
let's go. It's athletics time.
I swear
Can't wait
to,
for
I
this.
swear to Robot Christ, if I get another one, I will
Whoa.
kill something.
That's a 24.
Yeah, don't let that be me.
Okay, that is a 24 as I go double check the DC of these chains. All right. So,
Really funny.
I'm going to use that for all of the chains. So, Megan, you go around pulling at the chains, and then snap, the first one comes off. The rest seem to, tighten up in response, as if they're all carrying the same amount of weight, and now they all have to carry more of it. You go up to the second, snap. Go up to the third, snap. The lava is rising. You head to the fourth one. It's holding pretty fast, but inspired by Tide, you put your all into it. Snap! All the chains are broken. The lever's free to move.
Pull the lever.
Let's pull the lever. Let's pull that lever.
Yeah, gripping the lever, you yank it backwards. There's a lot of clicking and whirring as gears, conveyors, and wires above you move. And you hear a grinding down below as well, as the lava stops moving upwards and instead goes down into the drain. Finally, clearing the floor below for you.
The drain has been cleared.
Oh,
Fucking hate
Well, all's
lava.
well that ends well.
tried to warn you.
Fucking hate lava. No, you didn't. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I
Red.
said we were probably going to drown. I just didn't expect molten lava.
I will not be humbled by rocks, molten or solid. Rocks will not stop my might.
Never do.
Never do.
I really feel like the vast majority of the times we use the inspiration is to prevent us from being humbled or embarrassed at shit we're supposed
Yeah.
to be good at.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean, what is inspiration for if not making you good at your job?
For real.
All right.
Inspiration is there for when you need to look cool.
Yeah. Having successfully defeated the molten rock, you head down the ladder, now with the pressure plate. It's down and the drain is open, but the drain is getting rid of the lava faster than it can pour in. As you head up to the door, tepidly reach out towards it. It's unlocked. You just open it up.
Good.
Yeah. And then, within the door is a dim and damp chamber. You can hear creaking from up above you, as if the weight of this cavern, and perhaps more molten lava, is pressing down from above. There are 5 thick support columns spaced evenly across the room in an X formation that hold up the cracked stone ceiling. A faint tremor is running through the floor as dust and pebbles trickle down from above. There's a table nearby the entrance of the room. On it are yellowed blueprints and handwritten notes in Dwarven that detail the construction of the chamber. Skimming through them, you basically see that this was meant to be a vault burial chamber to hide the treasure here within, in a place where one wrong move could bring it crashing down and deny the vault to anybody but the strongest diggers, who the architects obviously thought there were. One passage in the notes catches your eye. The vault was built to endure, but all structures must have their weak point.
Vault is built to endure, but all structures must have their weak point.
Is there a point in the structure that seems to have the most stress on it in terms of the amount of weight?
I'm actually going to give it to you because you asked the question very specifically as what to look for.
Okay.
The center column appears to be holding up the brunt of it because it's bearing everything in the center of the room while the other pillars are closer to the corners and can hold up that weight.
Executes demolition.
Alright. Going up to the center column, You pull out your weapons and then smash with all your might the center column. There's a creak, and then the chamber holds firm, revealing inside this immaculate dwarven vault. It's sure to be filled with treasure, but first, you must open its lock. I'm going to have everyone go into loot, treasure map treasures, and as soon as I actually give you access to observe the thing, because whoops, I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What just happened?
You solved the puzzle.
Yeah, we solved the puzzle.
Yeah.
But I don't. Whatever.
Megan found a weak column and broke it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Too long didn't read. The puzzle, the vault is hidden in the redundant pillar. The redundant pillar, in this case, is the one that is looking the most damaged, bearing the most weight, and that one is the center.
Oh, the vault was literally in the pillar.
Yes.
Okay, because the way that was described, it just looked like he smashed the thing and then we turned around, the vault was just there.
No, the vault's in the pillar.
Okay.
But you go up to the door, and I'm going to want everyone to go into loot, treasure map treasures, and go to sand lost treasure, please.
Sand lost treasure.
All right.
Actually, I think, yep,
Ooh.
there we go. It's a puzzle.
Spinny puzzle. Okay. Let's do one ring at a time. Wait.
Yes, please.
No, I'll bring that back.
Let the stars align to gaze upon the sand.
Okay, I've got the top two connected to each other. I
You
know
do.
where the middle one. Okay, there's where the middle one connects. I don't know how to make them connect to the center.
You just gotta realign them all.
Yes,
it's-
but
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Nobody
right
touch.
there. There it is.
Nobody touch the second one. I think. No, we had it.
Yeah, you had it before.
did we?
Yeah, we
I
did.
believe so.
There it is.
No, because
Yeah, that's it.
No, I'd
Nope.
say it's
No,
this one.
Incorrect.
No, it's not right. Hang on.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Hey,
Okay.
here's
And then
There
how
it
many
is.
times did you click that?
There we go. Stop.
There it is.
There we are. Yeah.
There we go.
Ta-da!
The sand lost treasure is yours.
All right. The bone scepter. There's a lot of bone stuff in these treasure hoards.
This
People
feels
enjoy their
like
bones.
Simultaneously, an early game loot and not an early game loot.
And the
Really?
accurate
Early game
tunnel?
with the Acherite tunnel with the giant sand bug.
Yeah, but there's barely anything here.
We don't know that yet. We haven't
Yeah.
identified that shit.
Identify first, and then we can make that judgment.
No, I mean there's literally there's only like 12 items here.
Oh yeah, but it must all be worth it. It must all be worth fighting a giant sand moth.
And
Hopefully.
not a bad chunk of money either. Like 90
Technically-
flat and 1,700
Oh, I
gold.
didn't even see the money.
Technically, the sand moth is a different thing to do than the treasure here. You could have gone in here, gotten the treasure, and then left the sand moth for later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is fair. That is fair.
Oh, while working on identifying, I'll work on the money.
All right.
Unidentified leather armor. ULA.
Okay, everyone. Form
Oh,
a
there it is.
line. And Tig will, take the time, draw out their little identify ritual, and go from there.
All right.
I'm not using my
Good.
spell slots on this if I don't have to. Seems we have time.
Well,
Mm.
cool. All right. I'm just gonna put some stuff into the portable hole, which lovely portable hole now actually organizes this shit for me, so it's alphabetical and in the proper category. Take that, cart. So
Take that cart.
going down the list, the brooch is a brooch.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool. The cloak is the Sandstorm Dancer.
Ooh.
When you walk or cast a spell, it billows illusory sand around you. It's got 8 charges, and you can use those charges to cast some spells. Blur, Call Lightning, Create or Destroy Water, or Hallucinatory Terrain.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wait, oh. Hmm.
The compass. Open compass is the Seeker's compass. So, the large needle is always going to indicate north, is immune to any magical effects that would mislead it. The small needle remains motionless until activated, and you can activate it to cast Locate Object from it. This one has a duration of 1 hour, doesn't need concentration, and will have the smaller needle point towards where that object is. If it can't detect the object, the needle just goes, sorry, bye, and spins around uselessly.
We bequeath to you, O Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina, this is yours.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also,
100%.
this is useful as hell. I feel like there's been so many issues, so many instances where I was like, my kingdom for a detect object spell.
Detect object. Alright. The cowl is a dune cowl. While wearing it, you can withstand temperatures as hot as 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you have sunlight sensitivity, you're unaffected by it. In addition, while wearing it, you can use the command word, throw it on the ground, and the hat becomes a giant scorpion. The scorpion is a friend.
Hell yeah.
Scorp friend.
That's so cool.
Scorp friend.
Scorpion friend. The golden plaque is actually a map cartouche. Once per day, you can put it next to any map, and then it can reveal something hidden in the area not shown on the map, such as a secret door, hidden room, a trap, or a secret compartment. It doesn't reveal creatures, but can reveal hazards like slime or mold or something like that.
Oh, wow.
There you go, Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. So it would work with maps that Carolina's made?
Yes, including one drawn by its owner.
Oh,
Nice.
excellent, good. So like, even if she didn't know, it would reveal.
Yeah, this is treasure for me. Let's go, says Carolina.
Yeah, it's almost like this whole, for you and you specifically.
All right. So the linen choker is fancy. The orb
Okay.
is ponderable.
Is it
Fuck
round?
yeah.
Yeah, I ponder my orb. The ring is a ring of the sand skimmer. While wearing it, you leave no footprints behind while you walk on sand, and you treat all non-magical difficult terrain in sand as if it were normal terrain.
Very nice.
Oh, Fuelan,
Great to
perhaps?
get. Great to get after we finish the desert bad guy.
The rod. It's neat.
It's neat.
Love me a good rod.
We all love a good rod every now and again. The leather armor is the wretched warrior's garb. It's +2 leather armor, it looks like absolute dog shit, but the wearer's carrying capacity is 3 times normal, and you need not make constitution saving throws for a hot environment that is less than 140 degrees Fahrenheit. You may also spend an hour to infuse a potion into the scraps of leather, and that'll store it indefinitely in the armor, and you can tear off a patch to use it as that potion. However, that'll
Nice.
cause the armor to lose an AC bonus until it's repaired.
Okay.
Not so nice.
Oh, so the potion still ends up being one use, yeah?
Yes.
Ah. I was real excited there for a second, but
Yeah.
never mind.
And it's still good.
Oh yes, it's still very good. I just had a very specific thing in mind.
The Bone Scepter is a scepter for the Bone Pharaoh. And
Oh,
the
no.
and the scimitar. Scimitar. Come on, scimitar, get in there. I know you want to get in there. Get in there, real scimitar, please.
The skimmy.
The scimitar is a profane scimitar. It is made
I
of
mean,
dark.
does that mean it says the F word?
It is made of dark materials and emits a faint, eerie, off-white light that is uncomfortable to look at. Dark runes and a long-forgotten language marked upon its surface. When you hit a creature with it, they take an extra 1d6 necrotic damage, and they can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
So it's the dark saber.
So it's chill touch.
So
So it's chill touch.
I mean, yeah, specifically. I mean, that could be very, very useful in some situations. Very, very
absolutely.
useful.
And it is. Are scimitars finessable?
I
Look it up.
believe
maybe?
so.
Like, I can't actually see just normal scimitar stat block.
Scimitars
Scimitar.
are light and finesse.
Finesse. Ooh.
And they're martial as well.
Yeah. That's very tempting.
Do it. You can still throw your psychic daggers.
do
True.
it.
I just
Still offhand it.
I just will have to get rid of the Dryad's cap.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize which required attunement and which didn't.
Yeah, I just happened to notice the Profane Scimitar said it did. But you
Mm.
know, it's not like I'm using the Dryad's Wreath, really.
Yeah, it was like would be useful in situations.
In situations where there are
But
trees.
you know, necrotic damage sounds far more useful.
I moved the map cartouche and
Yeah.
Seeker's Compass to Carolina. They don't require attunement, so she's good to go.
Excellent.
Yay.
The Dancer also requires attunement.
Never mind. I don't think Carolina can wear armor. She is not proficient in any.
She does not have armor proficiency.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have been like, that leather armor wouldn't be like the worst idea, but if you're unproficient, that doesn't exactly help. In terms of
We didn't find the source of the sand snow, did we?
We didn't.
We didn't start the sandstorm.
That's sad, but alas.
Well, I don't necessarily need anything. But if
It
nobody
doesn't
wants,
look like any.
yeah, if nobody wants to take the rod, I just want it because it looks cool.
I might take the ring at least.
Yeah, you be go with the
ooh,
ring.
yeah, do it.
Oh,
Might
yeah.
help if we're ever on a beach too, you know.
Yeah,
I
if we're
wish
on
for
a
the
beach.
ring, but if it's useful
be
to someone,
very
I'd rather they have it.
Was the anything with the orb? Sorry,
Uh,
It was round. It was ponderable.
it was
orb is-
round. Cool.
Orb is not magical. You can ponder the orb.
Ponder the orb. Right. I'll do
It-
Megan's gonna like turn the orb in her hand.
Yeah, not you.
It's kinda
Swift.
I'm sorry, I have to ask because I'm looking at the orb. It says it has an ability.
I probably copy and pasted it from an orb that did.
Yeah, because it says it's coming from Xanathar's guide and that it's a way to always know which way is north.
Well, we've got the compass for that, so.
Yeah, we have the compass for that.
Yeah, but orb is
Sometimes
orb.
it's easy to sometimes it's easier to copy and paste.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
making sure that's what's not supposed to be there.
It's not.
Yes, this orb is very round. It is spherical in shape. It is circular. Not circular, trust me.
Tosses over shoulder into hole. 3 points.
Ballin'.
And let's see. We are going to unattune to that.
Tig takes the
Just
brooch.
Drag and drop. There we go. I dropped the Dryad's Wreath back in there, by the way.
Alrighty. It's in the hole.
So that is now 2 things I have equipped that I can ignore difficult terrain of sand. Huh.
You just
Wow,
T-pose
double
at the
dipping,
sand
huh?
and dare it to try and be difficult terrain.
T-pose
I'm-
for dominance.
I'm imagining like Phelan like T-posing across the sand, and it parts like the Red Sea for Moses. There's Moses for him, revealing like solid bedrock on the ground, but like as like freaking as like he just like floats, he hovers above the sand, like, repelling it as though it were like
Yeah.
Like a magnet,
repelling it,
like the
yeah, like a
magnet.
magnet.
repel? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
go.
like a magnet.
Phelan goes, I hate sand, and uses his aura to just remove it from his presence.
Also, for bookkeeping purposes, do I need to delete the stuff in the portable hole in my inventory?
I use the portable hole that is the item pile that's under vehicles, because obviously you can write a portable hole. So...
Yeah. I'm just making sure I don't need to also keep the copy of the items that are in my inventory.
I believe I just dragged the items from the portable hole that were in the cart previously over there. If there's more and it all matches up, great. I think you can at very least delete the cart subcategory from the portable hole.
Yeah, that's what I was... I'll double check to make sure everything's moved over, though.
Okay.
I wonder what happens if you pour liquid into a portable hole and you try to retrieve it.
It is just a liquid that is floating in there, and you know, would goop it out the same way you would trying to pull water out of a bucket.
It's like a portable
So,
paddling
like-
pool.
So it, like
Do
pools
you want
up, or does it
mold?
like?
That's how you get mold.
Yeah. Like,
It's basically the exact same way. If you took your hand and put it into a bucket and pulled water out, that's what would happen with a portable hole.
Okay, because I was wondering if it like floated around in there in like spheres, as if it were in space.
No, it straight up is a cylindrical space that is like set into whatever you put the hole on. So
Okay, so you can just like pull.
It's
you
like a
just scoop
literal
water
hole.
out of it. Okay, so it still acts like a hole, and so like
Yeah.
you scoop the water out of it like regular, like normally.
it's a Wile E. Coyote hole.
It's a Wile E. Coyote hole.
Yeah, functions on Looney Tunes logic pretty much.
Okay, cool. Just wondering about the physics of it all.
Alright. Having distributed some treasure, you manage to finally go eastward until the sand stops raining down, giving you enough time to set up camp and finally take a nice long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do some watches.
And don't forget, everyone can use the shield to get advantage on their watch.
Okay. I'll do the watch with advantage.
No!
There we
Oh,
go.
now I get a 20.
There we go. Alright. So...
These emojis aren't going away.
Oh no. Yeah, it's very slow sometimes. But as the emojis slowly float down, being on the coast and knowing there is a location there, you take a very careful look around to see where else on the coast nearby there might be hexes. To the south, there is nothing in particular to explore. To the north, there appears to be another mine that you vaguely recall being told about a long, long time ago by Tiki. You would wager that is the mechanite dig site the kobolds use to the north of you.
Ooh,
Uh,
mechanite.
Furthermore, to the north here, at like the mouth of a long river heading into Sideria, you can see ships going to and fro with relatively common frequency, and you would wager that is a port of some kind.
Civilization. Oh my god. All right. Making a mental note about the mechanite mines and the port. It's probably a good 2 days worth of exploring, of adventuring. All right.
Yeah.
In that case, who's next?
Let's go.
All right, baby. Baby boy.
The baby boy.
Number one
Baby.
fluffy boy.
All right. You take a look around the desert, doing some testing to make sure everything's cool. You are, like, not being bothered by the sand, now with 2 separate instances that allow you to ignore difficult terrain in the sand. You see some movement off to the east, but it looks like just more caravans going towards Kagladar in the dead of night.
Okay.
Alright. And then, get me last watch.
Please just let me quit.
Why is the X-Files theme so loud every time?
And why is it doubling up?
Playing twice.
It played twice. That is, I'm turning off the X-Files. The X-Files, this can stop. The UFO is still stuck there. I do not like it.
Yeah, it
Alright.
did that to me last time.
Stupid. Stupid as hell.
Huh.
Alright. So, while I go find the X-Files to make it stop, you take a very quick look around, also to see, is there anything of particular interest in the desert? You see, there is well, obviously on the map, but also you can confirm relatively where, there is a shipwreck of some kind off the coast of Kagladar, that looks to be leaking various colors into the sea that get washed out by the tides, but regularly gets those bright colors back. They're incredibly shiny colors, like reds, oranges, and blues, and golds. A lot of warm colors, but some cool ones. And then, looking further north to see is there anything else on the coast, you can see, just south of Peace Promise, the shadows of some giant eagles flying.
All in.
Alright. Dawn arrives. Everyone gets up, starts packing up their stuff. Carolina admiring her compass and new map cartouche. So, where to next, gang?
Excellent.
Mechanized mine to north.
Mechanite, you say? Could be interesting. Isn't that where Tiki said her crew was wrecking?
Yes.
Then let's hope they're friendly, because Tiki was not.
Yeah.
Took so long for the UFO to fly away.
Go away,
Yeah, it did
UFO.
that to me
We
last
don't.
time.
No one likes your style.
Further up north, towards town. We can stop there to rest. After the mechanite mine.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Works for me.
Mhm.
Oh, the UFO just left for me.
Neat. All right.
Was that thing above us the entire rest?
Yeah, it's just aliens. Don't worry about it.
I don't know, I didn't look up, if I'm being honest.
Sometimes in order to observe the world, we have to open our eyes, even in sleep. That was an adage I just made up, but it didn't sound right.
I'm not an elf. I can't do that. All right.
I can cut. I can't. I like my sleep.
Yeah. Heading further along the coastline, eventually you get out of the sandy desert and towards the lower hills of the Western Plateau region. You get into more and more rocky terrain looking for anything that might be mine-related until you hear the sound of, like, whirring and sparks coming from nearby. And following that sound, find a large passage held up by big steel beams that heads deeper into the earth. The sounds seem to be coming from there, so you would wager you have found the mechanite mine.
Oh.
Fun.
Nice. Well, mechanite's always nice to have.
It's true. Making things is always handy.
Nice. Are there any kobolds around that work for Tiki?
Make a perception check.
All right, perception check it is.
All right. They're pretty well camouflaged from your point of view, but you can see, like, hiding under covers that are made to look like rocks just above the mine entrance are a pair of kobolds on watch. They have noticed you, and their hands are, like, moving towards their waist as if to reach for weapons.
We have been spotted. They are preparing to engage.
Well, are we
Oh.
coming here as hostiles, or are we coming here to be friendly?
On one
I
hand,
mean,
we have a
just
we
like-
have a quest to take out Tiki. On the other hand, Tiki was all like, "Oh, you should give me mechanite."
Please.
Well, if we need to take them out, then let's take them out.
Her. Well, then I
would
guess
rather not.
If we need to take them out, let's take them out.
Whatever. Tig will, kind of not wanting to go straight to violence, will, yeah, I think they'd be happy to approach and just hail in Draconic.
Okay.
Just,
All right.
hail! How are you? We heard about this place from Tiki.
State your business, then!
We were going to see if we could enter, but Ty kind of like looks at them. Judging by the weaponry, it's not exactly something you usually allow, is it?
Now, this is our mine! We were here first. We get the mechanite for Tiki.
Oh. Are you independent contractors then?
No, we work for Tiki.
I see.
Couldn't we all get mechanite for Tiki?
Sounds like you want to rob us of the glory.
Oh, no. We're not glory seekers. We're just,
I mean,
like, to help
if-
people seekers.
If you don't want the help of an 8-foot absolutely built mechanoid being, then, you know, your loss.
We got a 10-foot one.
What?
Cap. Bullshit. I don't believe it.
Pardon.
No, we got a 10-foot one.
I don't believe it unless I see it.
All right.
Listen, ours is... Listen, you cannot beat Megan. She's simply better. The best, even.
I don't know. 10 is a bigger number than 8.
I don't know. I don't think I believe it. Say, Carolina, do you still have your measuring tape on you?
Yep! She reaches in, pulls out measuring tape.
We're really having a robot measuring contest.
Yes.
Yeah!
How else are we gonna get them out of the mine so you can talk to them?
Well, if you're phrasing it
that's
like
so-
that,
that's
iteration.
That is actually, like, legitimately, I promise, that's what I was aiming for.
I know. I'm just like, it's funny to call it that.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, look, we could bring out the robot, but the robot's kind of busy, doing actual digging, so you better make it worth our while.
I'm sure it will be.
I'll like
For the robot,
knock.
definitely.
I'm gonna knock Megan's arm and whisper to her, "Challenge it to an arm wrestle."
Perhaps we should challenge it to a write-off.
There we go.
Meet them at high level.
Well,
Who
and
knows? Perhaps helping them mine more mechanics will sway them to our favor.
Whatever
and
works.
even if you don't get in, you can still find another one of your own to talk to. Figure out what they've been up to.
Yes. Searching for others.
Listen, all I'm...
Together.
Yeah, that sounds very nice of you. But what I'm trying to say in less subtle terms, toss a coin to your kobold and we'll bring out the robot.
Oh, you should have just said so to begin with. Tig will give them each a plat and like pause and see if they're happy with it.
Yeah, they catch the plat, one of them bites into it. Yeah, that'll work. One of them pulls out a stone, taps it, it starts glowing, looks down into the mine and like tosses it deeper within with a clunk, 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 clunk as it echoes with some pinging noises. As it does, you wait a couple minutes and then you hear a whir clank, whir clank, whir clank as this like being made of scrap metal and a lot of like fused together plates of plate mail with a drill on one hand, drill for one hand even, and a big-ass hammer for the other, marches its way out of the tunnels, and then eventually, like, stops just outside the doorframe. It doesn't have eyes, but you get the feeling it is staring, like, straight forward.
Ready?
That's what is very large.
Say, measuring
Oh,
tape
no.
if you don't mind.
Isn't that
Tig will like
creepy, though?
page hand it to yeah.
Carolina hands over the measuring tape. You do some measuring. That is indeed a 10-foot robot.
Well,
I don't know, we could take it.
I still think you're better, Megan.
We have
Hey.
different directives.
Say, what should we call you?
The robot stares, looking confused.
What's your designation?
Eventually it, like, bellows back. I dig.
Had a feeling. Digger it is.
Does this mechanoid being, does it seem to be like, do they seem to be like based off of and like built like what one
Like
of like
around
Megan's
Megan-
type
like
of
a
built
Megan?
onto, or like yeah, or like a new creation basically?
Using your knowledge of the various Omega series units and combining that with Megan's actual personal knowledge of the units, this does not appear to be an Omega unit. This appears to be like a being animated with mechanite of some kind formed into a vaguely humanoid shape.
Not one of me.
Disappointing.
Oh, I see.
Shame.
Perhaps a mining contest would still be fun.
I dig.
Megan nods.
Dig. The robot turns around and marches back into the mine.
Bye, Mr. Digger.
I dig.
Bye, Mr. I Dig.
I'll put up the
I
psychic.
follow.
I'll put up the psychic link and just. So what exactly are we doing here?
Trying to get mechanite.
Need for mechanite.
But it seems to do that. They can't be here.
Who's
Please
they?
don't suggest. Please don't suggest kobold genocide.
Not genocide. Jeez, nothing so dark.
Alright. As you discuss your suggestions heading down into the tunnels, the robot turns down a fork in the road on the right-hand path and starts marching downwards deeper into the mines, looking for more veins of mechanite. There, on the left-hand path, there is a sign in Draconic, and then on the other side of the sign, written in Undercommon. In Draconic, the message says, "Underdark Passage, this way."
Oh, shoot.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Again, I emphasize, it sounds like we want this place usable.
I think priority may have shifted in like 10 seconds.
So, Helena leans in. So here's my worry, as someone who doesn't like fighting and being a hero. Last time we talked with Tiki, she was mean, but relatively willing to work with us. If even one of these slippery little bastards, no offense, gets away if we try to attack them, that plan of diplomacy goes right out the window.
Can agree with that.
Yeah, Nyx holds up their hands. I have no intention to hurt any of them.
Well, I mean, there is a way to get on the good side. Help up their output.
It's true.
Megan nods.
Making contests.
Yeah,
It will give them more if we are willing to give them, help them find more mechanite. Perhaps they will be more willing to put in a good word for us.
Yeah, of course.
This is true, but my one potential worry I just want to put out there first is if Megan is shown to be a good asset, they might want said asset for themselves. Not a
We
guarantee.
make our terms. We make our terms very clear.
Just making sure that information observed is taken into consideration.
alright. So, you head into, further into the mine, passing by, like, a very clearly painted line of demarcation, and a sign in fluent Draconic and very broken Common, reading, "Kobold territory, keep out. This mean you."
Oh,
Yeah. And then, stepping over, you can hear the sound of, like, spears shifting in various sheaths, and look over, as one of the kobolds that was accompanying you down, because I don't imagine you would have been able to go down without one of the watchmen following you. It's like, "Whoa there! These guys put us on a dare! They want to dig stuff, and they think they can dig stuff better than our digger! I dig!" That's right, you do, big guy. Pats him on where the ankle would be.
Listen, I'm a fiend for a good contest.
Alright.
We shall allow you to keep the mechanized, all mechanized on Earth during the contest.
Another kobold steps forward, scratching at their chin. They are wearing a tattered shirt with the number 4 painted on it. And they're like, alrighty. We get the good stuff and we get a show. Why not, boys? Robots, you got an hour. Dig. I dig.
Execute. Excavation.
Alright, so...
Hell yeah.
Once again, athletics check. I am going to use the galvanic extractor's drill rather than athletics because it's got specialized equipment for this. Yeah, I said it's got a drill.
Yeah, it's got a
on it.
drill.
Mhm.
Alex said it's got a drill.
One hand drill, other hammer.
Oh!
Oh my god! That is close.
Damn.
Alright, so this is some John Henry style action, except both of you are the machine, and both of you are actually cool dudes rather than the people in the John Henry folktale.
Yep.
So,
We're just
with-
fellow diggers.
with
Fellow
com-
machines doing some digging.
This is among the fastest the other machine has gotten, you hear mutters of in Draconic as the driller works. Must be motivated by not wanting to be shown up at digging. But you dig mightily and you dig thoroughly until the hour finally passes, and then a loud shrill whistle signals you to stop. The driller stops. Megan, you stop. There are several hunks of mechanite ore. I'm not going to give you an exact number because you agreed the kobolds would take it, and indeed, they start counting it up. You got a very significant number, but the galvanic driller got one more usable ore chunk than you.
You know what? Not bad for not having a drill.
Not bad for not
Seriously.
having a drill. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The extractor turns over to you, awkwardly shoves a hammer in your direction. Good. Dig.
You dig exceptionally.
Shakes the hammer.
Yeah. Shake, 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 which is more just whirring the hammer up, whirring it back down repeatedly. Yeah.
You are excellent, dear.
One of the kobold watchmen leans over to Tig, whispers, I told you 10's a bigger number.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's 2 bigger, and this was only 1 bigger. So, either or. Impressive situation you have. Impressive setup you have here. Beautiful. Good job.
Yeah, once we loaned out one of the diggers, exponentially our output in this place got way better.
You make them in-house there, or are they mostly made over where HQ is, where Tiki is?
Yeah, Tiki's the one who's got the inspirations and the actual factory to output all this stuff. We get her stuff, we send the materials for her to make her stuff.
Hell of a setup. Say, actually, we've run into some people here and there as we've traveled. Have you run into any issues with someone called the Iron Queen?
Iron Queen? She never comes over here directly. We hear whispers that she goes over to Tiki's place. I think she's more interested in the output than the mechanite itself.
Yeah, just curious because she seemed to be very, very interested in other Omega unit type people like our friend here. So,
I don't know what that is.
well, Megan is people significantly, so there's that.
Okay. He just accepts this without any question.
Why would there be any question?
Yeah, it's completely reasonable. Yeah, that's a robot, that's Megan. Cool.
Hell yeah, Megan is people.
Megan's people.
Megan is people.
Good to hear that you're not getting any trouble from her, though, because you know how some people can be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had to spear a couple people who tried to dig here without our permission. And without even offering a contest either. So rude.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, really, people just don't know how to act these days, I suppose.
Exactly, like the line is right there! They stepped over the line!
Sorry, Atwas's brain just short-circuited. I don't have anything else that I want to poke at, personally, so.
Alright, so... You might be outsiders, and weird, but that was a hell of a fun contest. You want to do another one? Come back some other day. We got work to get back to.
Indeed. Your digging unit is very impressive.
I dig.
You dig very good.
Alright, and I think Professor Moore, I interrupted you as you were going to try and do something? Sorry?
I was just asking, did we need/want to go to the Underdark anytime soon? Just asking for passage here since they have an opening. That's one we know of.
Was the
Oh,
opening
right,
guarded?
yes.
Smart,
Uh,
yeah, smart, thank
Smart,
you.
smart.
The opening, the passage to the Underdark was not guarded.
We do need to go there down the line.
Yeah, we need to plan that
That's-
somehow.
What I'm asking, are we wanting to do that now?
I think
say
it might
actually-
be something we prepare for first.
Kind of as we head out then, Tig just sort of, we actually noticed on the way down that you have a passageway that goes to the Underdark. Do you get a lot of traffic through there?
Sometimes, we try not to go down there too much. Some of the people down there, little weird for our taste.
That's fair.
Yeah, between the Drow and the Darrow, that's just a whole lot to deal with.
The Darrow.
Yep, Drow and Darrow.
Fuck's
Now,
a Darrow?
out of character, I know what that is. In character, what's a Darrow?
Really fucked up dwarf.
An Underdark dwarf?
That's not the name I knew them by. Okay.
Whoa.
You can make a nature check to try and think what else you might know about Darrow.
Is that anyone or?
Anyone interested?
Yes.
For the, you know what? For the funnies.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Whoa.
Sounds
Nix's
like
mind just exploded.
dwarves, but like even deeper underground. Whoa.
I don't like the sound of that.
Deep dwarves.
Sounds rough. Actually, we have been looking for a way to get down there. Would it be alright if we used the passages? Nothing to do with your mind, of course, just come down here and through.
Yeah, we separated the line of demarcation to be like Sorry, I'm muted? What?
Oh, the entire, first part of your sentence got lost.
Oh no! Yeah, we separated the line of demarcation for where our mind starts, so that it's not interfering with the Underdark. Because we don't want to mess with that. I think there are a couple other passages in and around Sedaria. This is the one that's close to us, so we put that there because we don't want to fuck with it.
Completely understandable. I've never been myself, but I have. Have I heard?
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you for your time, and hell, we'll come back and take you up on another contest, and we might have to come back down here to go further.
Find out. All right. With the thumbs up, you say your goodbyes, head out of the mine back to the surface, and continue heading on your journey, giving the kobolds a little space until dusk falls and you set up camp once again.
All right.
Alright.
All right. The sound of whirring and hammering continues well into the night. Given that kobolds see best in the dark, you would wager that this is actually some of their most active hours. But they don't appear interested in, like, coming out and giving you trouble, especially since you gave them a good show, so you're good. All right.
All right. No trouble.
No trouble. Second watch. Oh, you are absolutely certain there's no trouble coming your way during your watch. In fact, you're enjoying, like, a nice breeze off the coast at this point. It's a very welcome change from the, like, biting and or freezing winds of the desert before.
Very nice. It has been a hump. That is the wrong character.
Oh, no.
It has been a hot minute, though. Let's do a little.
No
Freylin
learning.
cannot
Forgot-
study. Freylin
You forgot
cannot
all-
study.
All of your common. You can only speak in baby babbles.
Yeah.
I just speak Draconic.
Yeah, Foylin's sad. Foylin only understands surface level interpretation of James Joyce's Ulysses.
Ooh, cringe. Ooh.
Kid just starts speaking Shakespeare and Draconic. It's just like, well, I've forgotten all of common.
All right. And third watch. All right.
Not bad.
Not bad. You hear, like, a crackle boom and the flash of lightning far off to the east. Looking up in the sky, there's not a thundercloud in sight, so clearly that was magically conjured by something.
Magic
Good
thunder.
For tonight, instead of my normal memory shard shenanigans, I want to try and call up a couple people on the merchant ring, because I had an idea I wanted to ask if one of them can do.
Okay, we can do that, and then when you're done with that, we'll go on break.
Okay. Bundrum is the main one I wanted to call and ask, since they do blacksmithing crafting.
They do indeed. So you call up Bundrum. It's very fucking early. This had better be worth it.
Oh, I apologize. I totally didn't even think of the time. I had a inquiry about possibly getting, I don't know if it would fall under armor or magical item, possibly crafted.
Well, if it's made of metal, I can probably do something with it.
Okay, so I have this, and I'll show the iron stretch buckler that I have. That is a very, very handy buckler that makes it so I can't be disarmed, and it has this fun function, and I activate it where it covers my arm in the metal, where I can encase myself, or at least my arm, in the metal with it. I'm wondering if an armor could be made that has a similar function?
Now, I will say, theoretically, anything's possible. It would take me time, it would take me money, and I'd probably have to deconstruct that to make it work.
Okay. It's something I'd be interested in talking about details with you for, because it's something I think could be very handy, and I would like to possibly see it used a little bit further.
Give me a minute. He pulls out an abacus and starts shaking it around, moving the beads around. Just need to give you like a ballpark estimate of how much that would cost. As I go to the price list. He shifts over one more bead, and then another bead, and then another bead, and whistles. Would you like to take a guess how many zeros are at the end of the price range?
5.
Absolutely correct! That would be 100,000 gold in order to make something like this work.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Not quite what I was hoping to hear. Would providing materials help with that cost?
Frankly, that is counting the material, because I'd have to transfer magical essence and shit from this thing, while also figuring out how this thing works and not breaking it.
What about improving it so that this just covers more surface area?
I could probably work on something like that for 20,000 gold, and of course, you know, time to work on it.
Of course. Well, let's see. I don't quite have that much right now, but this is something I would very much be interested in working with you on once we've adventured a little bit more.
Of course. Bear in mind, for major projects like that require crafting into a magical item, let's just call it, or improving that magical item, something easy and common I can get done in a day. Expanding the surface area would take me 25.
Okay. That's not unreasonable. That makes perfect sense, honestly.
But if it is a long-term goal, I'm not going to say no to money.
Yeah. Yeah. I will save up for that, because that's something I would be quite interested in getting.
Very good. Now, was there anything else, or can I get back to sleep?
I'll let you get back to sleep. I apologize. I'm the night owl of the party. I don't think about what time it is half the time.
Well, in that case, thank you kindly. Hope to see you sometime soon. And he hangs up the merchant ring. Alright. With that said, as dawn breaks over Sedaria, we are going to go on break, get hydrated or dehydrated, and continue our adventures in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Legend of the Wildlands. Queen had to dip out. She wasn't feeling too great. The rest of us are going to continue this session as dawn breaks. A new day is in Sedaria, and I believe you are going to head north towards where you saw the port.
Yep.
Unless suddenly you decide, no, we actually want to go for the castle right now.
We're gonna cannonball right into the Underdark right now, baby. Hey, kobolds, we're back. No, I'm kidding.
Well, why do we have to? Our main quest says it's complete.
Yeah, obviously it's complete. We got it. We did it. Right.
I don't know why it was marked as complete when I looked at it, but it is.
Oh, you know.
Well, this just in. Augustine just died of a heart attack.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to delete my save states. Sorry, guys.
I can't believe we're going to be save glitching in this game.
Safe scumming, let's go.
Let's go. Alright. So, heading northward, eventually you follow the signs of the river that runs deep into the heart of Sedaria, and get to the coastline where you can see a port, and signs pointing in that direction on the roads leading up to it. Kind of redundant signs, because you can see where the little port town is, but on the signs it reads in common, Port Gazanir this way as I go spell that for you.
Gazanir.
Alright.
Gazonier.
You head into the port. It definitely looks like it's seen better days. There's some like trash in the streets. There doesn't appear to be a lot of hustle and bustle of activity, but there is a pretty big variety of different humanoid races that are going around here. Tieflings, humans, halflings, gnomes, dwarves, the like. Just about anything can be found here. And one elf sees as you head into town, gives you a wave, and is like, "Ah, adventurers! Welcome!"
Oi.
So, might I ask what exactly brings you into our humble little town, especially if you're not sailing in from the west?
Literally just saw you and we're like, yeah, chill place.
Believe it or not, that's actually a much better reason than some of the other ones I've gotten.
What
I'm
is your
curious.
favorite one?
Well, let me think. He taps his chin. Favorite one is, we are actually alien invaders here to study your species.
Were they?
No, it was just a coked out dwarf.
So, partially
Like, you
true.
still could have been an alien here to study.
We have seen many alien invaders. None of them were dwarves. All of them have this strange music playing.
Yeah, that's,
Sometimes it would happen when we would do things particularly well.
that sounds really weird. I hope you're also not on crack like the dwarf was, but I'm pretty sure that's been disabled, so it'll never happen again, and just go with WoW with big numbers appearing on screen. Do you taste copper?
How does one disable Coke?
Oh, you know.
Megan cannot ingest drugs, so I think we're fine. At least not in the
Well,
way
at
we
least
can.
Megan's fine.
Yeah, Megan's fine. I don't know about the
One
rest
is
of you.
Swift is probably... I'm sure she's already gone in, sorry.
Okay, but that's the exception. If Swift wasn't coked out, I'd be worried.
That's different. I'm pretty sure she would just die on the spot if at any point her blood alcohol / drug level dropped below a certain threshold, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. And at no point has this guy shown any sign of being thrown off by the weird discussions.
Listen, he's the guy who
Good
said,
man.
"Hi, adventurers," so, like,
Yeah.
gotta be expecting it, right?
Yeah, I'm expecting it. And forgive me for making the assumption, but when I see an orb floating around your head, some flying axes around that girl, a giant, like, a flaming sword of some kind, a little fox that's sometimes animated wrapped around the half-elf in temperate weather, sand actively going away from that other elf over there, I have to assume you're probably adventurers.
At each point out, Tig has been looking at every single member of the party and is just like, well, when you put it that way.
I mean, yeah.
Some of us are ostentatious.
Yeah.
Right? So,
But
sorry, you go ahead first.
thank you for the warm welcome. Is there anywhere you would recommend we check out?
Right, so, good news about Port Gazanir. In its heyday, catered to adventurers. Bad news about Port Gazanir. This is not its heyday. Somewhat neutral news about Port Gazanir. It usually caters to, like, less experienced adventurers than you. Again, forgive me for assuming, but again, floating orb, flying axes, all that glowing shit in this map. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I think we should have stopped by here a lot sooner.
possibly. Yeah. one could say this would also be an alternate entrance point in other adventures here in Sideria. Do you taste copper?
No, I taste bronze. And sometimes sapphire.
More than 3, but less than 4. 3.7,
I do
perhaps.
not taste.
Right, but onto your question, if you're looking around, usually we have merchants or other, like, wandering adventurers coming through here, because, you know, not in the best of states, but the place does cater to wanderers such as yourself. There's the town hall, that's where administration and town watch use it as headquarters. Complaints and directives go through there. There's the Sybil Sanctuary, where, you know, prophecies, very, very big among adventurers in this economy. You need one, you probably go over there. Not something you'd need, I think, again, because you're experienced, but Gazanir Academy specializes in training adventurers in all sorts of different aspects of their lives. Leans in to whisper, in the hopes that some of the gold they bring back goes back to us.
That's just every institution of higher education.
See, there
Yeah.
you go. You understand perfectly. Then we got the Snack Shack. That's a bakery. It's very nice. The Herbalist Shack. That's the Herbalist Shack. Less nice. There's the Tailor Shop Tycoon. Let me spell that out for you, just in case.
Yeah, I would have spelled it the normal way, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's not how I spell tycoon. That's for sure.
We've got the Slow Glory Tavern, the Office of the Children of Panthalassa. We are lucky enough to have the main guild offices here. There's Club Compass, nightclub, comes alive at night, real fun. The Wet Guard General Store, Hot Stuff Smithy, the Fancy Salt Inn, and then another tavern, the Gentle Prince.
Well, I don't know about you, but a nightclub sounds very fun.
I was interested in the inn because, you know, securing rooms for the night.
Right, of course,
You know what?
that's sensible.
Yeah.
I would say ask me if you have any more questions, but mostly, I live here. I don't, you know, spend me money here unless I have to. A lot of places cater to adventurers, and that's not me.
Oh, come on. Not with that attitude.
Yeah, no thank you. Sounds dangerous. I don't want to get my face eaten.
I don't know.
Fair.
Have we run into anything that could eat our face?
Yes.
Manticore.
Thoroughly. Multiple.
Many times.
Right.
Many times.
And then Megan starts
Giant
rattling
crabs.
off Megan starts rattling off all of like the monsters that were larger than her that could
Got the
possibly eat
manticore.
faces.
Ooh, the big lions as well. Mm-hmm.
Man, we've come far.
You sure have.
Wars.
Alright. You head over to the Fancy Salt Inn to secure rooms for the night. There's a lot of signage and banners posted up front that give you the impression, oh, this is very nice and upscale, but then you head inside, it's also a little bit dusty and not upkept like the rest of Port Gazan here.
Wait.
Yep.
Howdy there. I have a couple questions.
The human who is currently running the place looks up. Ah, adventurers! Welcome, of course. Yes, happy to answer any of your questions.
Mainly, how much is it for rooms?
For you, I'll use the discount price for adventurers, you know, to encourage repeat stays, if you know what I mean. 3 silver a night per person.
Okay, that's a fairly reasonable. What is the non-discounted price, out of curiosity?
5.
5 silvers. Okay. Alright. And out of curiosity, are you the owner of this establishment?
Why, yes, of course. Mr. Lurik, Sumu Lurik, at your service.
fascinating. I just have a question, an inquiry. I'm just curious, how much would you sell this place for?
I could never. It brings in so much money for me.
That's why I'm asking how much you would sell it for if you were to get out of the business.
If you were to retire,
Yeah, if I were to retire, I would of course require the materials to build a manor house of my own, something at least as fancy as this, maybe even double this. No less than 20,000 gold, I would say.
Fancy. Yeah. Okay, so we're not quite there yet.
out of character, does this place actually look like it would have cost 20k gold to build?
Yeah, I was
Does it actually look that fancy, I guess?
Investigation check for me, please.
So yes, sir. That would be a 26.
Okay, I won't roll then. Never mind, I'm not helping here.
Okay.
We can only roll two numbers, 1 or 20. This section.
1 or
I
20.
fucking guessed.
No in between. Alright, so looking around the place, seeing subtle signs of the architecture beneath dust and scooted up furniture to try and block said dust, it does look like it was at some point genuinely an upscale inn. With a bit of fixing up, it probably would in fact be worth 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is this guy is still acting like it is worth 20,000.
I just send a message to Tig. It more just the thing an old friend of mine always talked about was after adventuring long enough, just buying all the inns up in a given region. Just curious if I'd hit that level of adventuring yet in his honor, but we're not there yet, quite yet.
Tig doesn't respond verbally or psychically, but they stifle a laugh. Well, in that case, thank you very much for the generous discount in your, frankly, gorgeous establishment.
Of course,
Yes.
of course. Happy to, show some articles of fine taste to those who can truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Naturally.
There's 9 of us. Here's 3 gold for the night for us to be able to stay here. Thank you kindly.
Much obliged! And as you hand over the gold, he goes through a drawer, hands over a series of room keys to you. The room numbers are printed on those keys. The doors are a little bit creaky, but I'm having someone come over with WD-40, which is definitely something we know exists in this world, to fix it up.
That's not a spell? I'd
Yes,
swear that's a
exactly.
spell.
The WD-40, it's a part of the standard spell arrangement that you learn at the academy.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you really want to get into artificer formulations and how those are
Oh,
named,
yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows
Funny
WD-40,
story.
says Carol.
So somebody sent me on my Tumblr about my Santa elf and my fantasy elf lesbians being regarding them the Santa elf using WD-40 to pull Excalibur out of the stone.
yes.
That was it.
Also, I love your lesbians very much.
Thank you.
Mm.
I need to draw them more. Anyways, back to the game. Just had an aside because we brought up WD-40 in a fantasy setting, so. Anyways,
Okay, well, let's go check out the rest of the town.
Alright.
is there a market square or anything?
Yes, there is a market square. That is where some of the traveling merchants settle. You have the merchant ring with you, but here you can just talk to them in person as well.
Hills,
Or
yeah.
prank call them.
Or prank call them. And also,
Walk up to them,
yeah.
call them on the ring.
Yeah, and also Market Square is going to have some wandering adventurer companions. In case you wanted to talk to them, recruit them, you don't even have to recruit them, because, I think you seem good with your party size, but for whatever reason,
Yes.
if you fall in love with one of them, they're there.
Imagine if the clown comes back.
I'd really rather not.
Oh, you don't like a gargoyle?
You
No.
don't like Go-Go?
Why you don't appreciate the go-go?
No reason.
Oh, I didn't catch that she was Italian. I like her even more.
She is, in fact, Italian.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, so, here in the market...
I'm just curious to see who's there, so...
Yeah, here in the market square, Xanados, the traveling jeweler, as I go pull up the list again, Jacaren, the armorer, let's see, that corresponds to...
Oh, the armor, so who I was just talking to, or?
No, the blacksmith is
I
who
was
you were talking
the
to.
blacksmith.
Yeah.
Right.
Debris, the very fancy one with the loyalty certificates.
You
Then
don't really need any more.
you don't really need any more, unless you want to, like, really be friends. Whisper, who sells monster part-made magic items, and then
Does he also buy?
Lashrakan's the one who
We've
buys.
still got... Okay, because we've still got Titanodron wings in our bag.
And then Venvarus, who is, I believe, the smug asshole who Nyx wants to be friends with.
Sometimes Nyx just sees people and is like, I choose you, and everyone else is like,
Why?
Why?
I know, we've got so much loot, we gotta give him a bunch of gold to cast Identify.
I mean, there are, like, some things that we could probably sell if we feel like it. There are a number of, like, items
yeah.
or I'd say on the cart, sorry, in the hole.
In the hole.
In the hole!
I love how it's not accurate, but the icon that I found for the hole is just so mesmerizing.
It draws you in.
Oh.
Okay.
Armors. We have armor we can sell.
Yeah, we have a whole ass cask of armor.
3 whole casks of armor.
Yep.
There's a brazier, but we should probably keep that since we're gonna have our own place soon. There's also probably keep that. The orb, of course.
You need to ponder the
Always
orb.
keep the orb.
We
Okay.
could sell the sigil of the dwarves.
Let's not do that.
I feel like there is a could, and then there is anyway.
There's a should, and there should not, and this one's definitely a should not.
Okay.
Do I want to upgrade Megan's plate armor?
Because we've got a bunch of magic weapons in the cart that aren't really of use to us.
It's either they're so situational or that like they could be useful
Or-
for like somebody we could pick up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or in the case of the Blade of Roid Rage, too high of a cost to use.
Yeah, maybe there are certain weapons that it's okay to keep in the hole so that other people don't touch them.
This is
Yeah.
also true.
Good lords.
Because, like, I would love to use the Blood Moon Blade, but it doesn't have finesse on it. So it's like, I can't really.
Grab the long rest. Oops. Oh well, we did that right now.
Scimitar is really good, though. It just doesn't give healing as well, which is one of my few cruxes as being a frontliner rogue.
Okay. In terms of things we
Rod
can
of Truth.
probably sell, I'd say most likely any of the base items we have. Like we have like just a base longbow in there and some other sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So stuff
Longbow,
like that.
longsword, scepter, warhammer, scimitar.
Just as a reminder, Xanatos is the guy who will buy almost anything.
Thank you.
And he's here, yeah?
Yes, he is.
Ah,
feel like-
attunement crystal, got it. Or spell focus crystal.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna, yeah, we can sell stuff off to Xanados, and since he's here, Tig is actually curious as to whether he has sold off the fragment of the control gem that we had sold off previously, if he still has it or not.
Oh, that old thing? Caught a customer's eye. They paid a quite nice price for it.
Oh, good. Well, happy to hear it. That being said,
That being said,
okay.
How do we go about selling things where we can keep track of how much they are so we can split it accordingly?
I believe you could just drag stuff over to Xanados and it'll show something either on my end or your end that is like, here's how much money you'll get for it.
Okay, we gotta take it out of the bag and then sell it.
Yes. The bag is not a person.
There is a longbow in there now, though.
Tell that to Dora the Explorer.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
see,
not
their
a
bag is
person,
sentient.
bag.
Backpack is not a person.
hmm
Fuck.
Bone scepter. That's just the normal one we are wanting to get rid of or keep it.
That's a normal one.
Yeah, it's not really my vibe.
Wooden staff.
I got a
Yeah,
bigger stick.
probably.
It's draconic themed though.
I mean, if you want it, it's a bit too tall for me to use the walking stick, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I got a bigger stick,
Mm.
so.
Shovel. Do we want to sell him the Tetranodon wings and dragon flesh, or keep a hold of those still?
I think we could. I think we should probably sell those to the people who actually deal in like the monster parts and stuff.
Gotcha. Brass scepter and bone rod.
Yeah, probably good to sell those.
Treasure items, you're good to sell those.
Tower shield.
Good
Well,
question.
I think. Because the
Is
frostbite and buckler is useful, but tower shield, in case I come across a better magic item that I'd like to attune to.
Well,
you see,
wouldn't-
there's shields, and then there's a tower shield, so you get +3 instead of +2 AC.
but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shield of Titan's Fall is a +4.
I mean,
All
we
right,
can
we
sell it.
have
I'm
that,
happy with
don't
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. I'm like, tower shield's nice, but Titan's Fall is better. Do we need to keep the tower shield?
Yeah, I don't think we have any other people, like even companion-wise. Could Brondish maybe? Should be
Let's see.
interested.
Does Brondish
Shields.
use shields? She's proficient in
Yes, she
shields. She looks over. So I'm swapping out the Fae thing for that?
I mean, as I go to
Big-
look at her fucking inventory,
Yeah.
She's got
she
a
has the
Fey Watch shield.
Watch. +5 to identify or perceive illusions, and on saves against becoming charmed. Honestly, I think maybe having her at 19 AC might be better. Because if we're looking for illusions, generally, I feel like one of us would probably be able to see it, so...
Yeah. Just going that. And were we giving her the tower shield or Titan's Fall?
Does somebody have the Titan's Fall at the moment, or...?
No, nobody has a Titan's
Or
Fall
both.
at the moment.
Honestly, fuck it. Give her the Titan's Fall.
Fuck
Let
it,
her have,
leave all.
like, 20 AC.
Change, Rondish. Okay, Shield of Titan's Fall. Just another 20 AC for the party.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And especially on the healer. We have a record with healers.
We have having issues.
We have a track
Yeah.
record. A pattern.
Okay. The rod. Didn't Nyx want the rod?
I think Nyx took the rod. Yes.
Well, they didn't take the rod, but they wanted the rod. 'Cause it's
Well, you
still
might
in
as well
here.
give it to them.
They can have
Okay,
the rod as a treat.
Keeping the orb, you said?
We gotta ponder the orb.
We gotta ponder that orb.
I did give away my prior orb that I had been pondering to Trill, so there's that.
Okay.
And also, the orb would be like a perfect thing to kind of like judge up a little bit with a little bit of judicious spellcasting.
True.
So I'd rather do that with someone that we don't care to do more business with in the future. If that makes
True.
sense.
All the basic armor is good to sell, yeah?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd say so.
What about the cloaks?
I'm good. I think I'm pretty good flavor wise, so I'm happy to sell those.
If it doesn't
Yeah,
say of
another
elven
treasure.
kind, that is a treasure item.
Yes, just the regular
This
ones.
one says it's unidentified.
That one.
The fuck it is? I don't think so.
Yeah, it just says
It's
unidentified.
identified
equipment.
now. It's identified now.
It's just a cloak, okay.
It's just a cloak.
That was weird.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
weird. It's a cloak.
Is it a cloak or a cloak of blowing, or a cloak of bellowing?
It's a cloak. I just copy and pasted it from Cloak of Billowing because I'm lazy.
Just gotta check.
Always gotta check.
And then, leather mantle.
I think
Uh,
Carolina should have that. It's actually magical.
Is it?
If she's in an area that's lightly obscured,
yeah.
she can hide as a bonus, even if she's directly obscured. I think that is big Carolina energy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she could dodge and hide?
Whee!
And then magic items in terms of armors, we have the Wretched Warrior's Garb, Sandstorm Duster, Morning Steel Half-Plate, Masterwork Scale Mail, Mariner's Chain Shirt, Feywatch Shield, Dune Cowl, Dryad's Wreath, and Cloak of Elvenkind.
Oh, if you're going to sell me
I feel like
magical...
we got it.
Yeah. If you're going to sell me magical items, then I'm going to have to take out the abacus to calculate how much they'd be worth. This is your DM saying I didn't plug in a price for those, so that's a later problem.
Right now then, okay.
We haven't even decided if we're
Mid-
going to sell any of them off yet, so it's fine.
For all the work we did, you get back that Masterwork Scale Mail from Quarix dudes.
It is the principle of the matter. I deserve fine things, and they deserve to not fucking steal from me.
Exactly.
What the fuck is this map cartouche?
Yeah, Carolina...
That
just got
have
that.
Carolina
Carolina
has
has
that. I just couldn't figure out a way
That's
to...
the one that shows.
Gotta get moved to her then, okay.
Yeah. Both the compass and the map are in her inventory. I just couldn't figure out a way to do that while removing them from the hole. So they're copy-pasted.
Okay, I will take those and delete those.
Alright, thank you.
Or we could just have two maps cartouche. I'm kidding.
Okay, where is
Hmm.
me? Oh gods, I'm heavy.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. Listen, that's why you sell shit.
Me after
to the
eating,
whole
me
floor.
after me after Thanksgiving.
Okay, let's see. Gotta keep this written down. 50. Wait, no, not that.
Yeah,
I
I'll take
used
this
that.
leather mantle.
5.
I didn't mean to have Tig dig it. We'll send it over to Carolina.
Alright.
15. Oh wow, Warhammer's worth a lot.
Yeah, I think that's an art object Warhammer, so that's why.
Ooh.
That would do it. No, I'm not making an attack with the scepter.
Don't bonk me on the head,
Go
I'm
away.
giving you money!
Can't sell the scepter.
Weird.
Or rather, I can, but he will give me exactly $0 for it.
Let me plug in some money for that, then.
Look, why are you unidentified again? Whatever, get out of here. Nope, you're worth nothing.
Alright. There we go.
Ooh,
Scepter's worth money now.
Unidentified
question.
equipment is also worth nothing.
That's dumb.
Yes, question.
Oh yeah, character question. Would Carolina prefer being attuned to 2 daggers or the fucking mantle that lets her hide instead of one of them?
I would appreciate the mantle.
Mm-hmm. In terms of daggers, Seraphim is the one that lets her... Yeah, that lets her heal, and the Star Metal is the one that lets her... Oh, that is goofy. Attack within 10 feet. Yeah, I don't think she's going to be using the Star Metal as much. So, she's going to clip the mantle. Okay. That is Carolina sorted at the moment.
So that armor, that's what I'm wearing.
Oh wait, sorry, looking
What
back at this.
kind-
I think I was lazy and copied over a description of the mantle. It's not supposed to be a magic item.
Well then, never fucking mind.
Yeah. Thanks,
It's being
Obama.
sold then. Thanks, Obama.
Why won't it let me give?
Oh, sorry. I keep clicking things.
Let's see. I think it won't let me give because I have so many warnings on my screen and I don't really know why.
Alert.
Alert!
Oh my
Fucking
God,
alert, I
Nick,
guess.
stop laps, please. Oh god, it's going so slow because the alerts are piling up.
What kind of separately, what kind of armor does Barkat wear?
Barkat, let me double check.
Thank you.
Barkat is light, medium, and shields.
Okay, what does he have now?
Right now.
Because honestly, Wretched Warrior's garb is kind of like a vibe for him.
They did take the rod, but it didn't remove from the thing. Okay. Be gone with you, Rod. 20 rods out there watching. I apologize. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah. Right now. Oh, actually, he's technically got unarmored defense, so his armor is 13 plus dex rather than 10 plus dex.
Ah, well. Well, so that would be... Yeah, no, in that case. The Wretched Warrior's garb remains... You know,
leather armor is worth nothing. Casks of leather armor feels like it's not got the right value. Brass scepter, bone rod are worth nothing, and wooden staff is worth nothing.
Could you write those down in chat for me, please?
It shall be done. I was looking at... Oh, that's what I was looking at.
Cask of
The,
leather
fucking
armors.
custom shop.
Yeah, cask of leather armors are the proper, are in fact the proper price, unfortunately.
Okay, glad we carried around that 240 pounds for 93 gold.
It was in the hole.
It was
Or
in
on
the
the
hole.
cart. It's fine.
Still.
It's not like you had to schlep it around yourself.
Hmm.
I am interested. Tig is interested in getting. So, I have a number of things that this possibly could be fit into, but I wanted your opinion as a professional.
Oh, of course.
I have this star rose quartz, and I have a few rings. I have a belt buckle. I don't know. What do you think would suit me?
Well, frankly, I'm of the opinion that anything is suitable as long as it's flashy. He flashes. There's like a handful of rings that sparkle in the light as he does.
Tig's feathers kind of like ripple and preen a little bit. You and I are in complete agreement.
Agreed.
Well, in that case, Tig would like to commission a. Yeah, fuck it. We have this ring that isn't the Philinoran one, and no, we can. Yeah, it's just the silver Philinoran ring. How much would it be to have the rose quartz inlaid into it?
Let me get out my abacus, and he indeed gets out his abacus.
Thank you.
Yeah, calculating, looking at the rose quartz, looking at the ring.
The rose quartz is worth 50, I believe.
Okay. He puts the abacus down. Oh, just a simple inlay shouldn't be too hard. 15 gold and 15 gold and a day or so, and it'll be a nice and beautiful new ring for you.
Excellent. Perfect.
Oh, shit, we can do that?
I'm a jeweler, of course you can do that.
15 gold.
What happened with that mantle that wasn't magical?
It's in Carolina's inventory right now.
Yeah, we can sell that. Unless, of course, she wants it, in which case.
Yeah. And were we keeping the various ores that we have? The true ice and the pearl steel?
The true ice, I'm going to have to adjust the price wildly, because he's not buying that at full price.
Gotcha.
Ooh. I'm pretty sure at least Nyx was interested in doing perhaps something with the true ice.
Okay.
In terms of the pearl steel, not sure.
I dragged the leather mantle over to you, by the way. Nizip.
Arigato.
I don't think we had anything planned for the pearl steel, and then we had the other one that was like the super sharp, like obsidian kind of thing that we were maybe thinking about. Yes, I believe so. Should be somewhere. I thought we had it at least. I don't remember selling it.
It is not in the hole, at the very least.
Okay.
Unless someone has
that might
it
be my
on
mistake.
them.
Could be. Let me double check.
My search reveals that it is an item that is possible to get. I don't know if any of you have it.
It's in the sand glider.
It's in the sand glider.
Three blood glass ore.
I didn't think to empty the sand glider.
Let me drag it into the portable hole then.
Alright.
Appreciate it.
Bap!
Either way, we probably want to hold on to that to actually make something out of it.
Yeah, because that was the one that let you do stinky things on crits, and I think you were interested in, so.
Almighty Google, how much gold did I get?
Give unto us your math, Google.
3. No. 3 divided by... splitting it 9 ways, I presume?
Yeah.
Yes. That done. Ooh. Thank you.
And I will subtract the big old amount from my own character sheet, as much as I love the gold. It came out to exactly 14,000 in my inventory. That's... Oh, I hate to see that.
No.
So close to that 20k. Is that the final split that you have posted down there?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if I can. I can. I'm gonna add the gold to Nyx as well, so
Okay, cool.
that's sorted. Also, Nyx, girly pop, parentheses, gender neutral. You need to offload some shit.
What? No, I'm fine, says Nyx, carrying this ball of parkas, wrapping up all their stuff.
Oh my god. Actually, I don't think I can edit. I thought I could, but that's my mistake, so I'll just remind them to add that later.
Alright. You hand over all the stuff as you get handed more and more gold. A pleasure doing business with you, says Xanadu, stuffing all of the items down into another portable hole.
I, too, actually wanted to see about making a piece of jewelry.
Well, if you don't mind getting in the queue.
Yes. Because I have this lovely piece of onyx that I've been wanting to do something with.
Ooh, what are you going to put it in?
I'm trying to look at what all I have on and decide from there, because I've got 1 amulet, 3 necklaces, 4 rings.
I mean,
Oh, sorry. 2 amulets, 3 necklaces. 4 necklaces.
can't go wrong with any of those. However, have you considered getting one of your fins pierced?
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Or, like a tail cuff or something like that?
Actually, something for one tail cuff ring, I definitely think is the way to go. Yes.
And that way, you have time to chew on what you want for the second tail. Perfect.
Yep.
Are Nizip's, this is an out-of-character question, Nizip's wing, is it a membrane, like, draconic batwing type thing?
Yeah.
Or, you could always go for, like, the, wing thumb ring, or piercing just a bit of the membrane. I don't know. Any of them would look very good, I think.
Those are all definitely good places to put it. I think putting it on the tail for this onyx would be the way to go. So yes, fashioning this into a tail cuff ring is what I would like to do, please.
Let me do some calculation. He once more shifts over some jewels. Oh, comes out to roughly the same price. 15 gold and a day's work. To be done after my first day's work. I can't work on 2 things at once, you know.
Of course. And then do I just delete the onyx or drag it to his inventory or...
Just delete the onyx.
You got it.
Otherwise you'd be selling the onyx.
Yeah, I just figured I'd then throw the money on the ground, but that works too.
What about you, Megan? Are you interested in any ornamentation?
Megan looks at herself, and then she looks at the magnetic ring, but she seems relatively satisfied.
No.
All right. Well, if you ever change your mind.
Understood.
Oh. I just realized, actually, I might just pick these up via the merchant ring, but would it be possible for him to refashion the one medallion and necklace I have in my loot to other jewelry.
Like,
Because I'll be honest, wearing 5 necklaces is a little much. Sorry,
connecting.
6. 6.
Yeah, connecting and reconnecting necklaces. Yes, that should be doable.
Well,
Ooh. Jump on that trend, get like a charm necklace, multiple pendants on it or whatever.
that's already one of my necklaces. One of my necklaces already has 3 gems.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would quite suit. Still though.
If I could just get them fashioned into 2 more standard rings, that would be preferable.
Now that would be a bit more expensive and a bit more time.
That's fair.
Do some double checking. So for the total amount of making all those necklaces into 2 rings, that would require, in order to, not cause any damage to the jewelry, that's going to be 50 gold and 3 days' work.
So an additional 35 for the 2 necklaces turned into rings?
50.
Yes, and it was 15 for the first ones. So is that 50 in addition or total?
In addition.
Okay, gotcha. Can do. I will hand those over and wait for my new pewter ring and tourmaline ring.
Of course. You'll look absolutely fabulous. Not that you weren't before, but a little bit extra with my touch.
Oh yes, and a little bit more tidy with it all.
Of course.
We can't have you, of all people, jingling.
Yeah. It's like, and I mean, pulls up the things. I'll still have the necklace my dad gave me, the dragon spirit amulet, this blue amulet that I found in the cart, and then this other silver dwarven amulet.
I think Tyg at this moment, as you're like pulling out these amulets and shit, Tyg kind of like rocks back on one heel, kind of like props up their chin on one hand, and just kind of like looks you up and down and just. I need to teach you how to accessorize. Because, oh my goodness.
Also, I will point out the blue one that I mentioned is the pendant of permafrost that Nizip just picked up after Whalen threw it in the car and didn't know what it was. Just like, ooh, necklace.
Necklace! I need!
Hell yeah! But yes, we're going to have to go through some... Oh my goodness. Nizip, how many outfits are you carrying on you?
Outfits? Well, I've got my robe of useful items. I've got my armor, which I don't technically need. It's just good for when we're in the desert now.
We're going to the theater.
That's fair.
All right.
So yeah, once we're done with once Xanos is done with us, Tyg is gonna drag Nizip off to the tailor to get them some decent looking duds because oh my goodness,
of course,
you look like a hobo. You look like an absolute hobo. That's nothing to say that there's wrong with that, but I don't think that's what you're going for.
No, it's really not. It's just never really bothered to get anything else since leaving.
What is an adventure if not a very fashionable hobo, says Elena, taking a swig.
This is true.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
and that's why we need to fix the fashion part. Is it just like a strip of cloth? Does it have like any like embroidery on it or?
It's threaded with electrum, it says.
Ooh, okay. Oh, interesting. All right. It's very fine work.
I'm covered in so many jewels.
So many jewels.
Oh, same. Up top, baby.
Let's go. But anyway, you do your business, and we'll continue the shopping episode next time on D6 Tricks, Legend of the Wildlands. But before we go, you're probably not going to do this, but as I was rolling for what fellow adventurers are here, it's funny you should say, I hope it's not the clown. Because as you pass through the market square, you can hear, like, the sound of squeaking and honking shoes. And turn around. Go-Go is there doing, like, backflips through the market square.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love her.
However, the clown. We will deal with the clown and more shopping next time. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And welcome to the post show.